Okay. Alright, I think I'm live. Let me just give it a minute to warm up. Hopefully this works. Alright, I think I'm live again. I actually just ended another live stream, the Spiral Abyss one. So if you're watching the VOD and you like Spiral Abyss, check out that live stream if you want to see me clear the Spiral Abyss. But I'm going to do this limited time event now called Whirling Waltz. It looks like it has Kinich and Risley. And hopefully they're voiced because, yeah, my voice is actually kind of tired already. So here we go. Castery says yo first. Lachita says yo second. You guys are funny, man. Alright. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all joining in. Let's get this thing started. And or should we wait for Butter, see if Butter and Fawn are gonna be here? I actually didn't check in Discord to see if they said that they were gonna be here. Okay. Alright, well, you know what? Let's just see, let's just get started, and if they come, they come. Chad Champion says third. Yo, what's up, Chad Champion? Oh, that's no Chi-Chi, isn't it? I was like, wait, who's Chad Champion? No, that's no Chi-Chi. Isn't it? Or no, is Chad Champion someone else? I feel like that's one of your accounts, no Chi-Chi. Alright, here we go. Let's go into it. Whirling Waltz. On a stroll through the Court of Fontaine, when you and Paimon head over to a newsstand to purchase a copy of the Steam Bird. Oh my god, how do I read the rest of that again? Wait a second. What the heck? How do I select the text box? Oh my god, dude. Forget it. I'm not even gonna read that. Screw it. Let's enable focused experience mode, though. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay. Overnight Fantasyland? Hold up. That sounds kind of like, you know, kind of sus, man. An overnight fantasy? Like, oh lord, with Risley, man? Oh boy. Jeez. Champion says the Chad. Kazri says play on JP. Chad Champion says the Chad. That's me, no Chi-Chi. Okay, I'm logging out and going back. Castries, I'm gonna change my account. Okay, Castries. Castries, if you change your account, can you please say, yo, this is Castries, or yo, this is Thomas, or whatever. Alright, so we need to go to the newsstand in the Court of Fontaine. So here we go. Let's go to the newsstand. Let me use a Scoffier.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there! Wanna grab a copy of the Steam Bird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they've let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
Oh my god. Hold up. This one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving Saurian stew proves surprisingly popular. Saurian stew?
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Isn't the Udex new Valette? My oh my, that can't be for real. What? He got stabbed? Fine, I hate to admit it, but you won this one.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Nevelet was stabbed and gravely wounded?
Yeah, dude, like that guy can't just get... You can just blast someone away with water, right? How's he gonna get stabbed?
No, surely that can't be right.
Yeah.
Can it?
Surely not. If it is, we're all toast. I thought I heard familiar voices. Well, if it isn't Eric and Paimon. What a coincidence. Mr. Kinich and I were just talking about you two a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. So, anything you want to share with me about Eric's great triumphant exploits in Natlan? It was a team effort. Modest as ever. Anyway, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry. Let me backtrack a little. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you to Fontaine?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Oh, that? We're just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I'm sorry to see such an unflattering side to Fontaine, Mr. Kniech. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones who have still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article, although the misleading headline is still an underhanded trick to draw readers in. But others, like the one we were just reading aloud, have no qualms about making outright fabrications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kniech.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan.
Ah.
Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Good. And if you're wondering why the Eudex didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge right from the offset. Oh, who? It's not as if the Palais Mormonio only has one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Nouvelet to handle every single case himself. What about his stabbing, though? What was that all about? On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kniech's testimony as a key witness.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kniech.
Yeah, it was all a misunderstanding. The world's not going to end. Maybe not, but it'd be even better world for me if Mr. Kniech here would agree to another exclusive story with this interview with the Steambird.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat, you saw right through me. Guess I'll put down the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Guess I'll put it down to the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Any response to that, or...?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kniech the speechless! Kniech the tongue-tied! Huh?
Jesus.
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
Back to me again? Ah, of course, that's a brilliant idea. But that also means I'll need a bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not allowed to refuse? Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Anyway, I should probably get back to work. I also need to track down a gestionnaire and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. Alright.
Charlotte never stops, does she?
Nope.
Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That how thing that popped out before, or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh?
Why couldn't Paimon tell that was a how? I must have missed something.
What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimatizing very well to Fontaine?
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Yeah, we learned that the first time we arrived in Fontaine, and remember when Farina confronted us when we arrived on the Aquabus or whatever? Or at the station? Oh, I get it now, and I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kniech holds onto a how's tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Right, that was the loophole.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a how wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, This morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out.
Alright.
It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along?
Sure. Seeing how angry always makes my day.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
Alright, cool. Alright, here we go. An overnight fantasy land. Whirling Waltz Act 1. Hold on. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit. Nochichi says, oop, we're all changing. Nochichi says, man, I love that account, Chad Champion. A lone boy, I'm guessing that's Cast3, says, yo. Nochichi says, yo. What's up with chat? Nochichi says, I'm still alive and well. What about you? And a lone boy says, I'm doing good. Gooning at Hu Tao picture. LOL. Nochichi says, oh damn. Dude, would you also goon for Mai Shiranui? She's from Street Fighter. Actually, she's originally from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, Nochichi. But I know she's crossed over into so many games. Street Fighter, she crossed over, I think, into Soul Calibur, I think Tekken also. I don't, probably not Mortal Kombat, but she's Dead or Alive. She's crossed over into so many fighting games because she's just that iconic. And Nochichi says, seems like the type for you. I don't know if that's his type, Nochichi, because Castries likes small chests. He doesn't like big chests that much, so. And Mai has a very big chest. So here we go. Let's head to, where did he go, dude? Oh, he went all the way over here. I'm like, damn, man, he just went all the way across the world or something. All right, let's see what's up. Take a stroll outside the city with Kanich.
Bring it.
Bring it. I want to stay on Escoffier though, because she's new. I'm guessing she won't be in this quest. I don't know. We'll see. Whee!
Yeah.
Oh, alright. Where is Kanich? We're supposed to be strolling together.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Yeah. It was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House.
Yeah, so this is new. This is like a new add-on to this area.
There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
Actually, they have like mechas for construction, right?
A few days? One night was all it took. Ta-da!
What's that, dude? That was random as heck, man. That felt like a glitch or something.
But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
There's something oddly familiar about the way you talk. Who are you again?
Oh no, you've forgotten me? Oh, does graph adversarial technology ring any bells? It's me, Lapine Pauline!
Good to see you again. The prototype lens has come in handy, by the way. Been keeping yourself busy with some proper work lately?
Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Oh god, Fantasyland.
Fantasyland?
Sounds like a theme park.
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my life savings into it too!
Was this NPC voiced before, or was she part of a world quest? Because I'm really liking her.
Huh? You've got to be kidding. Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid?
Yeah, what is a gizmoid?
You're the Gizmoid!
Like a gizmo, I guess?
Wow! That's Quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant?
He's not a mecha.
You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
I wonder if she's being sarcastic or genuine.
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss?
Damn.
Making some new friends, are we?
Shit, dude, I didn't know she was gonna just pop up like that. Damn, dude. One of my favorites, man.
Miss
One of my
Navia!
favorites. Miss Navia, the boss.
Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine's Spina di Rosula.
Oh lord, she got this sparkle treatment. Like the anime girl sparkle treatment. I love that. Damn, man.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon. How have you been lately?
Ah, my trusty partner. Very well, thanks. Even better now that you're here.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
Kanich, man, don't try to swoop in, man.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact.
Oh boy.
So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I never thought I'd hear Navia saying Hao's name, you know, like with his full title. Oh man. Shake her hand, dude. Come on. Aw, man. Left her hanging. That's best.
See that? That's what I call proper manners.
Where are your manners, dude?
Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
Dude, Hao's totally being treated like a little cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night.
Okay, I have noticed like a lot of small dogs do that, dude. Like chihuahuas and stuff tend to do that.
Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light. I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia, hoping she could lend a hand.
I like this NPC's voice acting.
After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Look at Navi's face, man. That's funny. Just turns to us, looks at us like, "Are you believing this?"
Sorry, traveler.
Oh,
Miss
man.
Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement. I'm guessing she hasn't gone
Oops,
into much
accidentally skipped
detail
that.
about the event yet. So let me fill you in. In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
All right, so it looks like it's another film-based event. Cool.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right. The one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran.
Surintendant Cheval Moran.
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image
Oh.
of her close friend.
Oh, damn. So it's Farina's friend. Okay.
Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the
Oh.
minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal. A win-win arrangement.
Right, that's one of her summons. I forgot they had names, like Craboletta and all that.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to say,
Oh,
throw
Lord.
in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Or what about some macarons?
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef,
Okay.
Miss Escoffier, to run our theme
Nice.
restaurant.
Okay, so Escoffier is in the event. Nice. Okay, I've been wanting to see Escoffier in the story so badly.
Look over there.
Oh. Oh, damn. Okay, she's moving so fast. Oh, God, she looks pissed. She was doing the angry anime veins. Uh-oh.
You!
Uh-oh.
Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
Oh, dude, she's gonna cut off his sausage, man. Oh, Lord. Okay, so she kind of gives me vibes. If you guys have seen Shokugeki no Soma, aka Food Wars, she reminds me a little bit of Erina. Doesn't, like, Erina, what is their last name again? I think it's Nakiri. She reminds me a little bit, like the blonde, one of the main blonde girls, the one that's like really mean and snotty, but who's supposed to be like, you know, one of the best students at the school. Like she has like the god tongue or whatever. Escoffier, tasteful excellence, a famous chef and pioneer of Fontaine's precision gastronomy, a culinary movement that takes the rigorous precision and quantitative methods that are routine in scientific experimentation and applies them to cooking. In the eyes of her students, she is both a genius who strives for perfection and a stickler whose exacting standards fill them with dread. To create dishes that transcend the sublime, she's constantly pushing the boundaries of flavor.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
Dude, that would be funny, man.
You little... What's your game here?
Remember when Hal was helping Moalani and Kachina with preparing for the party?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you,
Oh.
but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Uh-oh.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
I'll come find you. Sure thing. Damn, man. Okay, this is getting good. We got Escoffier, we got Navia. Let me get you on chat a little bit. Hold up. Hold on. Looks like you guys were talking quite a bit here. Nochi says, I saw her first at Street Fighter. I didn't know that. Yep, she's originally from SNK, not Capcom. Which is, I heard a lot of stuff about Fatal Fury. I should check it out. Yeah, Fatal Fury is one of the OG fighting games. But SNK had so many fighting games, like Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, Art of Fighting, and they're all like deep into their sequels, you know? Whereas like Street Fighter is like at Street Fighter 6 now. King of Fighters is at like King of Fighters 15 or 16 or something like that. So they've had a lot of iterations. And then, I can't even read that, dude. Is that you, Casteries? Is that Rawan May? Okay, Rawan May says, damn my ex. Okay, I guess you're talking about Navia. Yo, Jackson Jose. Yo, I don't know if you're still here, Jackson Jose, but you were on my Spiral Abyss stream. Welcome back, sir. By the way, if there's other characters that you want to see the artifacts or builds for, let me know. And I could pull them up in between, like, these story segments. And then Jackson Jose says, you know the voice actors of Genshin Impact do not get paid well, I'm guessing you meant. Nochi says, are you talking about their
An important
payment or
part of
how they
cooking is
voice,
making sure the
Jackson? Nochi says, cut off his what? She does remind me of Erina. Jackson Jose said, yes, you know some voice actor Paimon have at least 3 jobs, yeah. That is true. And then Nochi says, I'm not sure what you mean. Like, for example, they voice for Genshin, Final Fantasy, and person. Yeah, like, they have to voice multiple voice jobs just to make ends meet. That makes sense. But some of them, I guess for some of them, you know, if they only have, like, one role, like, one major role or something, I wouldn't be surprised if they have to work, like, other odd jobs just to make ends meet. Because I don't think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure most voice jobs don't get paid royalties. And I know I tried to get into, like, actually, if you guys were here last year, like, I was trying to do some voice work and voiceover work. And yeah, a lot of what I saw, even for, like, the lower end, is, like, either per line or per finished hour. So, like, typically they don't, as far as I know, they don't typically get royalties. So it's not like they get, like, a check every time, you know, for continued usage of the voice lines. So but Jackson Jose, you could elaborate if you meant something completely different than that. I'd be curious. All right, let's see if Navia and her assistant have any other lines here first. Oh, never mind. It's the main dialogue.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, you know what? Hold on.
No problem. We'll be ready when you
I
are.
wanted to see if we could go talk to Escoffier in that little kiosk real quick. Can we interact with him? Oh, hold on. So wait, so she continues, okay, find out more about the convention by asking Lapine Pauline. Ah, but we could also talk to Navia and she'll do something else? Like take us to the minigames, I'm guessing? Okay, Escoffier, hold on.
The fresh vegetables from the new batch are exceptional quality. I just wish I could say the same about the new staff.
Oh, hold on. She's blocked by the kiosk. Okay, hold on. I was trying to get her, you know, the side view, because she has a very nice side view. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Enough perving out. Actually, what happens if I talk to Navia instead of her? Like, I thought, because, you know, went to this whole dialogue, like, cutscene mode. I thought that she was going to advance the quest or something. Weird. Okay, let's try this again.
Traveler, it's ready to join the
Okay,
Cheval
so if I
Moran
say yes
Film
this time-
Fantasyland crew?
If I say yes this time, then what happens? Let's do this.
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
Not every big boss went to business school, you know. We've done plenty of big business ourselves.
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures.
That is true.
Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
Okay. Ah, yeah, so she's bringing us to the minigames, it looks like. Cool. Nice. That's Farina's summon. Ah, wow. Okay, so it has like
As
little...
you can see, our fantasy land's a bit
Dude.
like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction.
Oh.
The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently.
Dude.
Which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key.
Okay, so we're building up like this theme park. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that.
Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
Sounds right up my alley. We'll learn on the job.
Yep, come on, we can do this.
Cool. I love these ones where you get to like build like a business or something, you know? Kind of like the alchemy thing. That was one of my favorite events.
You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble.
How?
And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
I see. You want me to be your test player?
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
That's right.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe.
Okay, Navia.
I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
All right, we get to be the test guinea pigs.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right, then. Let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
Okay. Damn, this looks like it has a lot. Like, there's a lot to do here in this event. Okay, cycle 1, 15,000, and then 8 time slots. So we could go formulate a strategy. Okay, so this whole thing, is that separate from what the other one is? Okay, so there's business acumen from Spina, and then there's an overnight fantasy land. Got it. So there's kind of like 2 chains here, it looks like. Like, one is building up the, the venue, and then this one is like more like story-based, I'm guessing. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. And she says, but that's normal, right? I heard from a lot of voice actors that they did it, like Matthew Mercer, Greg Chun, etc., like multiple jobs. Jackson Jose says, okay, so how can I know the times when you're live? So Jackson, I don't know if you're still there. If you are still there, Jackson, like, right now I don't have a regular streaming time. I used to, but I've been going back to work full time, so I don't have a regular schedule yet. But if you want to know, I will post it in my About tab. If you go to my YouTube channel and go to my About tab, once I have a regular schedule again, I'll post it there in the About part.
Know of any
in
new
my description, my channel
pieces?
description.
I like to swap out the
And there
backpack.
should also be a link if you want to. You could also join my Discord server if you're on Discord. And yeah, if you go to my Discord, I also tend to announce there. I announce there whenever I'm gonna go live. But yeah, I haven't posted the new schedule yet. Just because, like I said, I've been going through a lot of changes in real life, like leaving jobs, starting new jobs. So yeah, until I get everything settled and settle into a regular schedule, I don't have a regular stream time, unfortunately. Okay, guys, let's see what happens next. You know what? I think I'm going to continue the other one first, because I think this is going to be like a lot of building and mini gaming and stuff. Let's focus on this overnight fantasy land one first, I think. That's what I want to do.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary.
Really?
The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
She has an interesting accent. I can't quite put like my finger on it.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Like, it's not a heavy accent. You don't notice it at first, but she has like a little bit of an accent, of some kind of accent.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. but the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities. I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside.
All right. I hope we get to see Sedine. She's one of my favorite Melusines.
And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
Okay, I bet you it has something to do with Aoife. I have a feeling.
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts? Why,
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun.
Does it shoot syringes or something?
Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
Okay. Cool. Like how I did the speech bubble above her head while she's drawing. Okay. Is it Aoife's gun or Chaska's?
Something like this.
Huh, okay, that's not what I was expecting at all. What is that?
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
She's sketched by a professional engineer, after all.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like.
What kind of ammunition does it fire?
And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Thanks a lot, Lapine Pauline. Can't wait for the event to get started.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too.
Alright, where's the music also?
But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
Nice to see you too, ma'am. Alright, what's the deal with this gun? It seems like Kanisha has something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot. I guess we use telepathy. Alright, so we found somewhere to chat.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
It looked ancient.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon.
Yup.
But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I think I'll join you.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away.
Okay.
Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Okay, I thought it was gonna give me a choice. Alright, so go to the Palais Mermonia. Yeah, what do you guys think of Kenichi's voice actor, by the way? Jackson Jose's message was retracted. Okay, I don't know what he said. Nochichi says, I can also send the Discord link, I think. Jackson says, yes, please. Nochichi says her voice is Emily Cass, and it says she's from the UK. Ah, okay, so she's probably has a British accent naturally, and she's trying to do like an American accent. That's why it sounded a little bit odd. Nochichi says, but a very interesting action. By the way, Jackson, did the link work? Can you please give me the link?
An important
Let me
part
see
of
if I can
cooking
get
is
it in
making
there.
sure
Hold on.
the
Give me a
ingredients
second.
absorb the flavors in the dish. To that end,
Just
a
a
chef
minute. Let me
must
see
be
if
able
I
to
can get
wield
it
a
in.
knife with the same level of precision as a surgeon. Practice makes perfect.
Hold on. Why is it doing that? Give me a second. Created invites. I think I have to turn off streamer mode. Give me a second. And then create invites. Nope, just an invite here. Copy that. Let's see if we can get this here. Let me know if that works, Jackson Jose.
Know of any new orchestral
Yeah, I think that
I like-
YouTube live chat blocks links. That's what happened. No, she says I guess I couldn't. Okay. Well, let me know if that works, Jackson. I think that link. I was able to get that link in chat. I think. God, I wish I could. How do I disable streamer mode again? Never mind. It's all right. I'll just minimize this. That's okay. Sorry, give me a second. I was just looking at Discord for a second. Okay, let me know, Jackson, if that link to Discord works. Okay, so let's head to the Palais Marmonia. Here we go. Next part. You got it? Okay, cool. Welcome to our Discord channel. Oh, here we go.
Man.
Aoife.
Bro! Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
At least he didn't call us Gramps this time.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Now Auroron's saying for real and bro. Oh my god.
Auroron, Aoife, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Why, you're all here, of course.
For vegetables.
Forkakuku.
Okay, so I guess one of them's here for Kakuku, and then Auroran's here for vegetables. Eva's here for Kakuku, though. Oh, man.
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
Nope.
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
It's okay.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natlan, which is why Aoife and I are here.
Okay, they're shopping.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult.
Okay, I guess he's his chaperone here.
It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Got it. So Aoife is Auroran's babysitter, basically.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right. But they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
They look so weird here, by the way, in Fontaine. Like, they look so out of place.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Dude.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi, guys. My name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Nice to meet you, little bro.
I was not sure
man.
who the responsible adult is anymore. So, what about Kakuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku.
What happened to Kakuku?
Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
Over what? What did he do?
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Jackson gotta go at 2 a.m. Okay, later, Jackson. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice meeting you, and welcome to my community and my channel. Let me just catch up a little bit here. See the link from Aesthetic, got it. No, I got in. On the top, you can disable streamer mode. It's a bit purplish, the button. Yeah, when I clicked it, it didn't give me the option to disable streamer mode. It just said, like, minimize and stuff. Okay, cool. Which is, oh, damn. Good night, Jackson. All right. Hopefully we see Jackson around again.
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Ah, right. He's a flying object.
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I guess that's what flying objects do.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Which building? That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway.
That's
It's
the Palais
tallest
Marmonia.
building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while.
Oh my gosh.
As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
No Kukasaurs in Fontaine.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here. Like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Why don't we just walk in and find him?
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus.
Oh my god.
I believe in him.
Jeez, the cringe damage, man. Cringe, dude. In other words, right now in this building, there could not be one awesome Saurus, but two.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
God, dude.
All right. Everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, the human version.
Oh my goodness.
But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
As it happens, Kenichi and I were just heading over to the Palais Marmonia for something else.
Leave it to us.
Are you sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
He won't. Trust me.
He's just like, trust me, bro. I know. Nojini says, in big doo-doo. Yeah, that was funny. All right, let's go inside. Well, let's see if they have any other lines here.
Back when we first met Kakuku in the wild and I begged you to take him under your wing, I never imagined you'd end up spoiling him rotten.
And I never imagined you'd be nagging me about it.
Oh, well, I definitely saw that coming.
Huh?
You're only 5 years old after all.
You know, Nochichi, you're familiar with like a lot of Square games and stuff, right? Nochichi says, and honestly, I love it. For some reason, it fits him. LOL. Oh, Auroran sounds like that one dude who tries to be over the top. Yeah. Doesn't Auroran look like a, doesn't he look like he belongs in Kingdom Hearts or something, Nochichi? Or like another Square game? Like, I feel like his character design looks like a Square Enix type of character. Like, I could see him being in, like, Kingdom Hearts or something like that. I don't know. Something about his overall look and outfit. And, like, the shoes especially. Like, they like those kinds of shoes. But anyway, let's head in. Just a random observation. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. Where's Kakuku?
Hurry up, Brassa!
Flying through a barrage of gunfire. Oh yeah, had to go down this way.
Nothing new there.
Oh.
What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
Uh-oh. Sadine? There are strange sounds coming from Monsieur Nivelette's office. Oh man, I couldn't read that fast enough. Oh god. Nivelette and Risley, but where's Kakuku? Oh, Kakuku's right there in front of him. They're probably scolding him.
No way, bro!
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. For real now.
Bro!
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again. Oh, you know one another.
He's a bro. He's a bro of a bro.
He's a friend! Yeah! A saurian friend of a human friend!
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Nivelette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work.
Dude, it's been a long time since I've heard Nivelette talking.
If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalette before? But wasn't the trial
Nervalette.
overseen by another judge?
Isn't it kind of weird that they like? I've noticed a lot of the voice actors do that. They say like Nervalette, like Ner. Like, I wonder if the voice director told them to pronounce it that way or something.
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Risley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Why not?
Oh wow! Oh no!
I believe he said, or rather, I suppose he meant, that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
How can he sign it?
Sure thing, bro!
With, I guess, with his footprint or something? This is all a bit strange, but they really are a great pair of awesome Saurai. Oh my god.
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Kanich tells Nivelette and Risley about the Lepine Pauline finding the gun. Nivelette makes inquiries with the relevant personnel, and sure enough, they locate the box and the gun that Lepine Pauline spoke of. Okay.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lepine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
Wow.
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Risley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this gun's lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
That goes for me too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lepine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
Oh, Kakuku.
You miss me?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from?
Aoife. A couple of top bros from Natland.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
What? I can help pass a message on to his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
Alright, let's do it. Don't mention it.
Alright then, we better get going. No need to see us off.
Cool. Let me catch up on chat a little bit here. Nochichi says, and I honestly love it for some reason. It fits him, not really Kingdom Hearts, but more like an enemy in a Square game. Well, yeah, he could be an enemy, yeah. Like, he has that dark, brooding vibe to him. The emo boss fight with black feathers. I'm watching on my phone now with a bit of a delay. My bro suddenly wants to eat. Okay, no problem, Nochichi. Hope that you have a good meal. We can open up the box and take a look. Oh, cool. Stash it away for now. What? Oh, to close it. I thought I meant, like, steal the gun or something. That's cool. Nice little detail they added. Let's see if they have any other lines here.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Natland would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro!
The same might well be said for humankind.
Jeez,
The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kakuku, was it not?
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Sure thing, bro!
Oh my gosh. Alright, let's get going. Enough of that. Oh boy. So we need to head back to Aurora and Aoife and tell Aoife about what's going on. Okay, tell Aoife and Aurora what's going on. Got it. Let's get out of the Palais Mermonia. How many of you guys pulled Aoife, by the way? I want to get at least one copy of him.
Aurora and Aoife, we found Kakuku!
What's the situation? How bad is it?
There's some good news and some bad news.
Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now.
Gosh.
Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
Have you ever seen Aurora be like this sarcastic or whatever?
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
He just has signed a non-disclosure agreement. Even had an interesting chat with some veritable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You'll just have to wait a little bit longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Alright, bro.
Yay, problem solved! Alright, let's catch up another day.
I have a feeling that Kakuku being separated from them is gonna be like a key plot point for something that comes up later on. Like, it seems like they're deliberately separating them for a reason, you know? For something to happen later on. Alright, so that was the first act of an overnight fantasy land. A series of twists and turns. Wait until the morning of the next day after tomorrow. Okay. Nochichi says, bruh, I just yelled at him. We are bullying each other. I don't remember Auroran being like this, but damn, he's cool. Yeah, he's like, I don't remember him being like that sarcastic and humorous. Like, he was a little more deadpan. I mean, he's still being deadpan, but like, It felt like he really didn't know, like he was actually naive, you know, he wasn't actually just being sarcastic, whereas now it feels like he's just being sarcastic.
I've realized we're in a bit of a tricky situation here.
What do you mean?
If we go out, we won't have time to watch that film we rented.
What film?
But if we stay in and watch the film, we won't have time to go out.
Oh, you realized it too?
Yeah, well, pretty smart for a 5-year-old.
Alright, let's go ahead and advance time. Here we go. What was it, tomorrow or day? I think it was day after tomorrow. Let's go to 8 a.m. There we go. That's what I get for trying to do that with the controller. Oh, man. Just checking on Discord real quick. Looks like Jackson is here. He's in. Should probably give a wave to him. Cool. Alright, and we're back.
There's a
Let's see.
that goes into managing an orchard. It's been a few days. Film and flying objects should be over by now. Let's head over to the Palais Mermonia to see how Kakuku's doing.
Alright, let's do it. Back to the Palais Mermonia. Okay. Metric just says, oh, I think I already read that. Alright, let's see what's going on with Kakuku now that the ban is over on flying objects. There's Kanish.
Hey everyone, we're here! Oh hey, my little dude! Good morning!
What's morning, little dude?
Oh wow, Kakuku's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news though?
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here!
I think he means no.
Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kakuku's not the only one that Mr. Risley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler. Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat. The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics, but all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Wow. Alright, this is Act 2, a series of twists and turns. Okay. Wait, why was that How in the loading part right there? What the heck? I'm blocking him. You guys can't see that, but he was down in the corner where there's usually the loading.
Do we know if those Fontanians will even like this
loading
stuff?
icon.
What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
Okay, I do like how they put Kanish in color. That's a nice effect to show that's his perspective. Let me just move my camera over so that next time, in case that a how thing comes up again, you guys can see it.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows.
Damn.
And his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant.
Dude, Kanish is really observing. He's kind of reminding me of Batman a little bit, or like Geralt from The Witcher or something.
Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Okay. Oh, do I have to sneak up as him? Alright, here we go.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Alright, maybe they are. Find a way to create a diversion so you can investigate the cargo. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And you know what? I swear, like, you know, remember when we first did stealth in this game, like way back in Mondstadt, like when we were trying to steal the Holy Lyre de Himmel or whatever. I swear, wasn't there like a stealth animation, like a crouch animation that they had? I swear there was at one point. Okay, hold on. How do I distract him though? From here? Oh, there we go. That reminds me of like FF7 Remake trying to like, you know, lure the chocobos or whatever. Hold on. Come on, dude, get distracted. Oh shit! How come he's not like reacting to my stones? Look away! There we go.
Let's go hear what these criminals...
Oh shit!
Hey, why the long face?
Oh shoot!
You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds...
Who goes there?
Oh man! God damn, that guy caught me.
Sure enough, they're a relic.
Okay, hold on.
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
Okay, hold on. Let's skip past all this.
That's why we call you a rookie.
Dude, they should have put a skip button for this part, because there's a lot of dialogue to
They
skip
come to
through.
scarred face.
I can see this getting annoying, you know.
Previously, something feels off.
Okay.
I'd better...
Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me catch up on chat first. Now, Gigi says, what is your go-to instant ramen choice and toppings? I know it's super random, but trying to get inspiration. You're not gonna like what I like, no, Gigi. I have very
nice
plain
thinking, boss.
and bland
this tourist
taste.
tub's been
My
fast going
favorite
and smooth sailing.
My
Boss,
favorite
no one's been
ramen
asking us what we're up
is
to.
my favorite instant ramen is
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been
Sapporo
too slow,
Ichiban
whereas
miso
the
ramen.
smaller ones would have been faster,
and then I
but
usually
way too
do
bumpy.
2 boiled eggs, soft boiled
If we ended
eggs.
up damaging the goods by accident,
And
all these
then
months
some
spent grafting
spinach.
away would have gone up in smoke.
And if I have
Seriously?
meat,
But there's
depending on
hardly
what type of
anything
meat,
here.
I'll put a little bit of meat
Would
in
it
there
really
too.
have taken them months
Like
to
what if I have some
prepare?
chicken or some pork
Then
or
why would they need
something,
to transport
or
it
even
with
some
such
beef,
care?
I might put that in there.
Could they be secretly
But
smuggling
usually,
precious
boiled
items out of
eggs,
Natlan?
a little bit of
I'll need
spinach
to
if I
find a
have
way to get
it,
to the bottom of this.
and that's it. I don't usually put a whole lot in it. God, man. Okay, this is. I hope I don't have to repeat this multiple times because I can see this getting annoying. You know. Okay, so hold on. Oh, god damn it, man. But when I was doing it from here, he was not like really getting distracted. Let's try this. Okay, see, like it's getting blocked by the railing or something. It also like they have such a long cooldown too. I've noticed, you know. Okay, so he looked that way. Oh my god, what the hell? Hold on. Okay, if I stand here, can these guys see me though? Okay, maybe I could go right here. Okay, it's blocked by the railing. Damn it. Damn. Okay, that guy's seeing me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, like, he doesn't react to that. Okay, now he's reacting to it. Jeez.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds
Okay.
like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontanians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard.
That is true,
They can
though.
look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all.
Okay. Cool, at least we got past
Looks
that
like
part.
I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security.
Alrighty. Do we have to read? Okay, so there's a Hal. Why is he on the loading screen, dude? Come on, man. I guess it's a show that we were playing as Kanish.
So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontanian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now.
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
That's only natural. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Kanish, you did great!
In other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear!
Sounds like Mr. Kakuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
Wait, Nouvelette understands Kakuku?
It's a good observation. I quite agree.
Oh my god, I like this shot, by the way.
However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
Can we dust it for fingerprints or something? Oh god, here we go. About the suspicious aspects of the gun. Hold on, let me catch up on chat a little bit too. Nojichi says, I haven't tried miso ramen yet, I can try it out. Never tried spinach and ramen, so I could try that too. I like it. Let's see here. It came from ancient Natlanese. Also, if there's anyone else here in the chat, if you have any suggestions on instant ramen, toppings, and flavors for Nochichi, that'd be nice. I'm sure she'd be glad to hear it. Okay, so we can say it came from ancient Natlanese dragon ruins, a lost object that was picked up. The box was buried amongst junk. This is a relic left behind by Natlan's ancient dragon civilization. It's a genuine antique, so it must be of great value. Okay, a lost object that was picked up. A genuine treasure lost by the roadside, yet it still remains unreported and unclaimed. It doesn't seem like an accident. No, it's as if someone left it there on purpose. Bait? Why would someone just leave such a valuable antique out in the middle of nowhere? Was the plan for someone to come pick it up? Let's admit that.
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap.
Yup.
The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
That's true.
Has something sprung to mind?
Damn, Risley sprung, man.
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Oh.
Huh?
What kind of film?
Oh wow, no way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain.
Okay.
Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
So maybe it was like a drop-off or something like that.
That doesn't merely happen in films.
Or swap.
There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Sounds plausible.
Ooh, wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so does that mean they executed the hostage?
Paimon, stay calm. We haven't heard of any missing people.
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
About the seller. The gun was placed in a lockbox and hidden away. Clearly the seller wanted to keep their identity a secret. About the buyer. After receiving the instructions, the buyer would have gone to the designated spot with the money to pick up the goods. To ensure they actually got paid, the seller would likely have been watching the buyer. About the goods. Before the buyer could show up, Lapine and Pauline found the goods by chance while setting up the event venue. About the incomplete transaction. Due to the unexpected arrival of the film Fantasyland, the deal had to be called off. Huh.
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight.
That is true.
Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rasula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
Great job, Lapine Pauline.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice.
Right.
The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway.
Alright, good idea, Risley.
All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
What about Sadine?
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
True.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets...
Get out of here! Out of here!
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
I just was laughing. I think it's funny how he called him Mr. Kukuku.
You're the best, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, that really is good news.
Oh,
Traveler,
Lord.
should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
Yup.
I shall leave him in your capable hands.
Alright, no problem. Let's keep in touch.
Indeed.
Alright, here we go. Let's head back to Auroran and Aoife. Nochichi says, I'm gonna go away for a bit. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, no problem, Nochichi.
You know, all this has made me realize that I'd quite like to have a pet.
If that proves inconvenient within the fortress of Meripede, perhaps you should consider finding a place in the court of Fontaine.
Damn.
That actually sounds like a good idea. In the past, I always dismissed the idea of buying a property in the city. The prophecy about the floods meant it never seemed like a worthwhile investment.
But now...
This might be a good time for you to re-examine the documents I gave you regarding your title as Duke.
Huh?
Citizens with honorary titles are eligible for certain benefits when purchasing property in the court of Fontaine.
Really?
How about this? You read through your documents from start to finish, while I write up the lost and found notice.
Maybe we're getting a Risley Story Quest Part 2 where we get to go see his new house in the city. That'd be kind of interesting.
Time to roll.
Alright, let's get out of
Guess
here
you're clear
and go
of other
back to
people.
Auroran and Aoife. Oh, man. Alrighty. Are they still by the hotel or what? Yeah. Let's go find them and return Kukuku to his rightful owner. Or his rightful place.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich.
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, Gramps. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
I think I preferred Bro over Gramps.
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face! I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Sounds good to me.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroran, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kakuku got out of jail?
Amidst the racket, you briefly explain what happened with Kakuku to Aoife and Auroron. Hearing that Kakuku now has permission to move around freely, Ahao's face goes even redder than before.
Don't lose hope, Ahao. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
I don't think either of them would be very appetizing either.
Also, there's no such restaurant.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for looking after Ahao, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why you?
One Kakuku delivered as promised.
Between the two, Kakuku wins the cuteness competition hands down.
Getting picky now, huh? Well, Paimon wins my cuteness competition.
Ah, really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
Paimon was blushing. Oh, man. Alright. Do they have any other lines?
So now that our crew's back together again, what's our next move? Oh, how about a game of rock, paper, scissors?
Why, dude?
No chance. If I lose, we'll end up stuck in the room watching films all over again.
Nope. This time, we'll only watch a film if I lose instead.
Had enough too, huh?
For real now? Come on, bro.
Can we just ditch this whole leaving it all to chance thing? Why don't we take our fate into our own hands?
Aren't we doing that already? Rock, paper, scissors uses our hands.
Don't know why you're laughing. You're stuck with paper every time.
Alright. So we need to wait till 8 to 10 the next day. Let's do it. Here we go. I wonder if that's going to bring us to Act 3. Or if we're still going to be on Act 2. I don't know what I think of this. I mean, it's fun seeing these characters again, but I just want to see where they're going with this whole smuggled gun plot, you know, what the whole deal is. Alright.
Found notice is up. Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if anyone shows up to claim it.
Sure, let's do it. Back to the Palais Mermonia. A lot of back and forth in this one. Like, back to the Palais, back to the hotel. Oops. Alright, let's see what's going on with this. Hopefully we see who comes to claim it. And, you know, get a good lead
again.
on what's really going on with this whole gun smuggling thing. Alright, here we go. Ryo, Nicolette, and Kinich.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Oh god, someone's gonna walk in right now.
Special Patrol, open up.
Who is it?
Who's there? What's going on? the Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Someone's knocking at the door. Please, anything but the Special Patrol.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes. Let's go check it out.
A guard for the Palais Mermonia carefully opens the door and a familiar figure walks in.
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
What?
What in the Tevet are you doing here, Auroron?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kakuku's owner?
Yep. No, actually that's Aoife.
One of his owners.
Kinda.
But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Dude, what? I can't tell if he's being deadpan or deadly serious.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Nope.
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
Look at Ether. Why is Ether bowing like that? Like doing the forgiveness bow. I apologize for my grandson bursting in like this. My grandson.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
Dude, too bad Sitlali's not here. She would be hilarious here.
That's not door knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol
Yeah.
doing their job. Completely different things.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry to show the people inside you had something important to discuss.
Dude, that's what law enforcement does when they're busting someone.
Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
Ether just pops up like, no need.
So, Auroron, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so basically...
Auroran carefully describes the lost item he's trying to claim. The style of box, the gun itself, everything matches.
For real now?
Huh.
Oh, come on, bro.
Is arresting my dear grandson what it's come to?
Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
Huh.
No, it belongs to a friend.
Who?
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Aoife has his own gun.
He has a different gun. Auroran, tell us the truth. Otherwise, we're gonna have to arrest you for real.
All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Aoife and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous landmarks.
Okay.
When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
Who is
You
this
didn't manage to
guy?
keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
He was dressed like one.
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Maybe.
Oh no. Auroran, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Oh.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nicely done, bro.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is.
Who is this guy?
Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Let's do it.
Wait a minute, I have a question first.
What?
Traveler, Paimon. You're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Yup, we saved the entire nation.
Oh, we're basically a household name. But why do you ask?
Well, it's not just us. Kenichirora and Aoife, too.
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroron to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroron to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kenich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelette too, stay here for the time being. We'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened.
Okay.
I'll follow to check if anyone is watching.
Got it. So we're gonna do like a sting operation, basically.
I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
Alright. Being low-key has its advantages.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
Although, if we're being honest, Risley looks very, very conspicuous just from his outfit and his hairstyle and stuff, but...
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Actually, Risley, now that I think about it, he looks like he could be a Fatui or something. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. Sting operation. Oh, we're playing as Risley? Head to the plaza as planned. Okay, cool. Oh, we're following Auroron. Got it. Okay. Why is it looking over there?
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here.
Ah, okay.
Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now.
Okay, so I guess I should take a shortcut there. I guess I gotta be like Batman or something. Not moving very fast, though. Oh, Lord. Got him wet. Like, I'm sure he gets a lot of people wet, too. Alright, hold on. I can just drop down here, right? Yep. Oh! Hopefully he didn't die. Oh, Kukuku's chasing the guy. The guy's just running from Kukuku. God, he got a suitcase and everything, just like a movie. Like carrying a briefcase with the goods. They should have given Aurora like a trench coat or something, and a hat.
Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
No, I don't think so. Oh, shoot! What the heck?
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking!
This guy's name looks like Argento.
Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control.
The heck are you on about?
Also, did you notice the guy, Argento? He has like a red shard or something in his belt.
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker.
Why is it the pose like that while saying it?
And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
Uh-oh.
What the? This thing has a job? So in Natland, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either.
Uh-oh.
You're on your own now.
Surrounded, man.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
Dude, Hal would be pissed if he heard this guy.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier?
I think so.
Interesting. I think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
Guy almost blew his own cover, man.
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Uh-oh.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
What?
If this means so much to you, what are you going to offer me in return?
Is he being threatened by people or something?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you.
Oh, God.
You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
Auroran's just copying a movie, dude. This guy's so confused. He's
You're
like,
probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Oh, God.
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Damn.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
Oh, what's the deal with this guy, man?
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story, from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist.
Dude, I can't stop looking at the red jewel in his belt.
I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods.
Jeez.
As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slip some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and Instead, I find a whole construction crew at work.
Okay, now it's completely off topic. When he said In-N-Out, that reminded me of In-N-Out Burger.
That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual.
Okay.
He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Jeez.
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Was he threatening to push him into the fountain or something?
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films?
That'd actually be funny if they did that to him, like right in the fountain.
Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case.
Damn.
A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage. But on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Damn, have we ever seen him use the handcuffs? Like, those of you who have Risley, is that like an idle animation or something of him twirling it, or is that like a brand new animation they just made for this?
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot.
Now we're going to do a real sting operation.
If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it.
Damn.
The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety.
All right, he's under witness protection now.
All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now.
Damn.
As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See, Mr. Kukuku knows exactly where I'm coming from.
Mr. Kukuku.
So, I was thinking, since
goodness.
you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. Out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes.
I'm laughing because he did like a slight Italian or like New Jersey or New York accent when doing that, or like Boston accent, like a gangster, stereotypical gangster accent. I'm like, oh.
In that case, I understand completely.
He's still doing it, man. Like trying to sound like Tony Soprano or something.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest.
Dude, they should make a skin for Auroron where he just talks like that all the time, like in that accent.
Then it's settled. Thanks for your help.
Oh, but like give him like a Spina de Rosula skin or something like that, and then make him talk like that. Oh my god. Cool.
Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Okay. Wait, did one of them pick up the suitcase? I didn't even look. Oh yeah, Argento did, huh? Because he's gonna use it to bait the sellers back out. Man. Oh.
Ah, Risley's back! Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
Risley recounts what happened. It all makes perfect sense, but somehow it feels like Risley has glossed over a lot of the bro talk.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction.
Yep.
Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Morishose Phantom on the situation.
All right.
As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Leave it to us, sir.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Alright, that was Act 2, a series of twists and turns. Let me catch up on the chat. I think it's only No Chi-Chi chatting right now anyway, but I do need to take a little breather. Let me see here. No Chi-Chi says, bruh, I couldn't find a spoon to eat rice, so I'm using my rice spoon. Oh, you mean like the rice scooper? That's funny. No Chi-Chi says, where you make rice with? Oh damn, you got far. I don't remember Auroron being this best boy. Auroran he's actually legit funny. Like, he's good at being the deadpan person, especially when they contrast him with, like, you know, Lali or even Aoife. I'm just gonna use the restroom really quick, guys, so give me a minute and then I'll be right back. Oh man.
Keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
My parents always say, no matter how busy life gets, you should always sit down and enjoy a proper meal when you get hungry. What I like to do is stack my plate up high, then squash it all down. Take it deep.
Okay. I'm back. No Chi-Chi says, pee-pee break, unleash thy peepers. I don't know what I'm saying, help. No Chi-Chi, what? Are you drinking? No Chi-Chi, are you eating coffee beans, or what is going on with you, ma'am? Or is it the ramen? Or what? Can't figure out my positioning. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, here we go. Let's wait until tomorrow, 8 to 10 a.m. Is there only 3 acts in this? Because if there is, then I want to finish up the last act. At least. Before I stop for today. Oh man, I stopped at 1 minute before 8. Oh well. The minute will go by fast. The clocks, I don't know what the exact conversion is. Like what 1 minute is in real time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only like 1 second or something like that. But here we go. Let's see how this Act 3 goes. Hopefully they give us a banger of a conclusion here.
Novelette sent someone to contact us this morning. That must mean there's been some progress! No time to waste! Let's head out!
Okay, I didn't see anyone sent to us. All right, here we go. Kanich, Nivelet, and Risley.
Hey, everyone! We're not late, are we?
No.
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started preparing?
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The Film Fantasyland restaurant.
So we're going back to the venue. Oh, and I bet Escoffier is going to be involved.
Oh,
I
really?
hope.
Huh. He sure does like that place.
Man, I can't wait to do her story quest. Like, I want to see her on screen more. But...
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area. The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Okay, is Claran gonna make an appearance here?
Mm-hmm. We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like
Chevreuse?
Captain Chevreuse of the Special Patrol.
Nice.
So I'm feeling optimistic.
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
Nice.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
All right, here we go. She doesn't want to serve criminals. She wants to introduce them to her chopping board. Chop their sausages, man.
You know what? That might not be such a bad idea. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation.
I can't wait to see how she's going to be involved in this.
But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there anything I can do?
To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontanian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here. But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Definitely.
Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
You're getting involved too, Kanich?
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kanich we know and love!
Alright, the group goes on to discuss the specifics of the operation and things to watch out for. For once, the conversation goes surprisingly smoothly, perhaps because Ahau and Kukuku aren't present. It's just as well, really. Things could have gotten awkward if Ahau showed up and started cursing out Nivelet. I have a feeling Ahau and Kukuku are going to play a key role in this somehow, though. I just have a feeling about it.
That's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat, too! Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
But won't you just be watching?
And rooting for you!
Oh my god.
It's a very important job.
All right, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahau's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
Alright.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
Dude, I want to see the event-exclusive meal. Alright, this is Whirling Waltz Act 3, the price of every price. Hopefully this is a good act here. Catch up a little bit here. Now, Chichi says, I'm drinking lemonade, raspberry flavor. It's pretty alrighty. That does sound good. Raspberry lemonade. Alright, so we need to go back to the Fantasyland venue to continue this. Let's go. I can't wait to see Escoffier though, man. Oh,
this
Lord.
beach seems to be getting livelier by the day.
Well, I hope she's in it. I hope they didn't just mention her and then not show her, you know. Not show her do anything. Thanks in part surely to the undercover agents.
Traveler,
What?
Paimon's getting kind of hungry. Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
Alright. Oh, set down the suitcase. The guy with the case, that's gotta be him. Alright, it's business time. Okay. They should have played some tense music for this. Like sting operation music. Got a hot cup of tea? Oh! Cutscene. Oh, damn. Uh-oh. He looks sus. Damn. Seems nervous. Uh-oh. Oh, are Kakuko and a How in there? Oh.
Your friend thought you might be thirsty.
Uh-oh.
Won't you stay and drink it?
Oh, shoot! All the agents! Oh, Charlotte even!
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
Good idea. Oh! I mean, it's Clarand and Risley. Oh no, it's the
Give up and
troops.
come with.
Mars say Phantoms. Oh, damn, the Mora! Scorpion, Lord Farina.
Stop right there!
Oh my gosh. The Melazines. Oh man, this is cool.
After him!
It's like a comic book. Like an animated comic book. Uh-oh, he's getting away. Oh!
Sorry, my guy.
Nice.
Unlicensed and legally dubbed. This boat's not going anywhere.
Damn, dude. Oh, damn, the wink. Oh! He threw the panel at him? That's cool. Damn, this is such a cool animation. Severus! Oh, what happened? Oh, how? Yup.
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord!
Uh-oh.
Who's stealing my stuff?
Cuckoo.
You again! You're driving me crazy!
Oh, man. Damn. Whoa, caught him. His eyes, man. Can each.
Alright, that's a wrap.
Like a movie. Just a bow. Dude, that was a really good animated cutscene.
You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
What, you?
How do you say this guy's name? Angelvons?
Alright, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling.
Damn.
We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall.
His son got addicted to gacha, guys.
Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please. You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natlan too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do?
Damn, he is kind of right, though, and I do kind of feel bad for him a little bit.
Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say.
Oh.
Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
Damn. See, I would have fell for that, but I guess they saw right through it.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from Natlan? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now.
Oh, right. They pointed that out. Right. There's several famous people in that land with us, like Traveler, Auroron, him, Kinich.
On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontanian, if you ask me.
That's a Fontanian thing, not a Natlanese thing.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can explain. I actually grew up in...
I don't want to hear another word.
Damn.
Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for.
Sorry, random thing. I was waiting for that crab to go behind him.
Eat this, scumbag!
Uh-oh. Oh! What did you do to him?
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler.
Damn.
I bet you're just a Fontanian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you.
Damn.
And you have your depraved ways to thank for that.
Damn, it's gonna make all the gacha players feel guilty, dude.
Of course.
Oh.
I might be wrong.
Like slapping him, I guess?
But does that matter?
Oh, man.
I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
Oh, that's right. Aw, man, Chevy's not voiced. It's been a while, Mr. Kinich. The Special Patrol will take this criminal off your hands now.
Many thanks.
Please, I should be the one thanking you for all the help you've given us.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon Lord.
As you wish. My thanks to you and also to Mr. Kakuku for your show-stopping performances.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Are you okay, Kinich?
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
You seemed a little upset just now.
Little Kinich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kinich, aren't ya? Aw, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad Ahau. Bad.
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly,
damn, dude,
I can't stand gamblers.
I don't know how I feel about this, man, because gacha gamers are kind of gamblers, dude. It's like Hoyo just calling out its player base, you know?
They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world.
Dude, oh, shit.
No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get.
Damn, man.
They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune.
Why did they make a whole quest about bashing on gamblers when gacha players are basically gamblers, dude? I don't know how I feel about this, man.
But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost.
Yeah, no such thing as free to play, guys. There's always an unseen cost.
In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses.
Oh, damn.
I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it.
Damn, can you just douse a gacha player, man?
Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself.
Maybe his father didn't pull for him.
They say that people are shaped by their past. And since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow.
Damn.
Okay, like when I first learned to use a grappling hook.
Damn, that's a cool piece of artwork right there.
Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
Damn. I get it.
Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
Alright. Is that really all there is to it? Like that? Huh, that wasn't as deep as I was expecting from this quest. You know, like I thought there was gonna be an actual like sinister plot behind this whole thing, but really the dude is just like a gambler, you know, impersonating a Natlanese or something? I don't know. Let's see. What happens if we talk to Charlotte? Oh wait, is that part of this or no? I'm guessing it is.
Yay! Traveler Kenichi, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away! She looked pretty pleased with herself.
Well, it did go smoother than expected. Our opponent was pretty weak.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia.
Okay.
Apparently the Mari show say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities.
Damn.
Sounds like they'll have their hands full.
You know what? I just thought of this. Maybe Hoyoverse is trying to like cover up, you know, their whole involvement in gambling by like trying to put out this, you know, this like they're kind of like virtue signaling or something. Like, oh, Hoyo doesn't condone gambling. Look, we made this whole quest that's about not gambling and how bad gambling is and how anti-gambling we are.
Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about. Not really our concern.
My gosh. Judging by how fast the Duke took off, I'd say he was avoiding my camera. But I guess I'm used to that by now.
Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
It's fine. I got plenty of other great shots back there. More than enough for a front page spread. And on that note, this busy reporter needs to scoot. Those photos won't develop themselves. Alright, Charlotte.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon.
And she has to run.
Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that.
You can trust her judgment, Paimon. She's a professional photographer.
Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
How bonked his head and started crying. Kenichi hit his head and started crying. Let's see a how.
What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Often, actually.
Anyway, what's next?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet. At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And, in any case, the court might need me to testify again.
True.
Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
Take me to the beach, man. Alright, that was it for Act 3 of Whirling Waltz. The price of every price. We didn't really get to see a Escoffier, man. I'm a little disappointed in that. Is there another act to this, or is that it? Let me see if anything pops up. Looks like that's about it. Let me just check this thing and double check, and also let me catch up on chat in a second. Okay, so we still have the business acumen half of it, but I think I'm gonna do that another day though, on a separate stream. Hold on, okay, let me see. Nochichi's the only one here still. I really appreciate that, Nochichi. I'm glad I have some company. Nochichi says, man, that cutscene was nice, and that Kenichi bow. I just realized it's almost midnight and I ate rice. I'm not even tired. Nochichi says, I'm glad a lot more people are voicing this quest than in the Albedo quest. Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised you're up too, because usually if I eat rice late at night, I like suddenly get sleepy right after eating it. And then, yeah, I also am glad that there was only a few unvoiced ones, like Charlotte, Chevro's. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see Claran. I'm hoping that she'll be on the other half of this, like the business acumen, you know, the whole building Fantasyland thing. And I wish there was more of a Escoffier in this, man. Like, they only showed her a little bit in the beginning so far. But I'm hoping maybe she'll be more in, like, the business, the minigame side, you know, like the business acumen thing. Oh, boy. All right. Do I have any pools for doing? Man, really? That didn't give me any pools or any like primogems or anything for doing that? That sucks, man. Really? What was the point of doing that whole story? What? Recommended quest, dual story structure, okay. Event guidelines. So I guess I have to go through like all the minigaming stuff, the other part of the quest, and that part, the part of the quest that I just did, the whole acts, those 3 acts, like, don't give you any rewards? Oh no, wait, it gave me a little bit. Right. It was giving me a little bit, I remember now. It was like 20 per, but damn, man. I don't even have enough to do at least one more pool here. Maybe I need to top off or something. Damn, man. That sucks. Oh, boys. Anyone else here? Nochichi, you still here? I'm guessing Taz Therese might have me on lurk mode. But yeah, if there's nothing else you guys want me to see me do or anything here on Genshin, I think I'm about ready to wrap up for the day and just in time too. because I do have to get ready for, like I said, I have to get ready for my sister's birthday. But thank you all for joining me. If you're watching the VOD, let me know what you guys think of Whirling Waltz in the comments. And I'm gonna continue on another day. I don't know when yet. Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday evening or something, on Monday afternoon. I don't know. But I do want to finish the business acumen part of this quest and build Fantasyland. But anyway, that's enough for me for today. I hope you all have a great weekend. I may stream again tomorrow, possibly, and I'll be on Discord. So take care, guys. Have fun as always, and I hope you all have a good one. Bye.